Alex, obviously I think today had a bit of everything really. 4 goals, 2 penalty saves and a lot of great action really. So how did you kind of sum things up really today?
Yeah, it wasn't one for the faint-hearted. Definitely there was a lot going on in that game. Quite impressed with how York came up as well and put on their show. But the lasses dug in as they do. That's their kind of trademark thing, digging in and grinding out those results that we need. Great to obviously see the younger girls getting on and getting their first kind of appearances in the league, especially Eva and Ava getting their first starts as well. I thought they looked comfortable, they fit into the game, and I think the lasses got round them as well, which made a big impact. But I'm pleased with it. I am pleased. Obviously, as we know, football's not always perfect as you go throughout the game. There's bits where you can play, there's bits where you've just got to sit in and kind of sit through the storm in a way until you get your opportunity. And we did that. Obviously, Sophie Greener on the score sheet again, which is great to see. And Denise as well, so keeping their goal records going.
Yeah, obviously on Denise's part it was great to have her back, scoring like I think it was 6 minutes or something into the game, so obviously having an early start makes things so much easier for the coaches now.
Yeah, it does. It gives you that little bit of breathing space. Like, we know that you're not out of the woods, but it gives you that kind of room to sit back a little bit and analyse stuff and look at things a bit more deeper rather than being in the heat of the moment. So it does definitely, it gives you a big advantage having that 1-0 lead to start off with. Obviously unfortunate about Denise having to come off with an ankle injury. Hopefully she's going to be alright to get back to training during the week and for next weekend, but we'll keep our fingers crossed for her. But the lasses, as I say, they stepped up, and although we had a couple missing today, obviously Becky being at work and Eve being away, they stepped up to the job and they put it all in.
Yeah, just in terms of people coming back, obviously Jen made her first appearance in a little while, so it was great to have her back on the pitch, wasn't it?
Yeah, we're seeing again Jen's consistency. It's hard, she's been out for obviously a few games now, but coming straight back in and getting straight back on those high performances and keeping our standards really, really high is great to see. And obviously it's fantastic to see her back on the pitch and getting loads of touches on the ball as well. Looking forward to getting Josie back next week. I know she's been chomping at the bit, joining on the warm-up as well, so it'll be good to have that extra strength back in next week too.
Yeah, I wanted to mention about the penalties, the 2 penalties. Obviously the first one, Scarlett gets her moment, lovely save, and unfortunate for Jazz not to get her penalty in the second half, so I guess what did you make of them too?
Yeah, over the moon for Scarlett. I think that's a massive boost for Scarlett to get that pen save. Obviously as a keeper you never expected really to save it, so when you do get that save it's extra special. And again, a shout out to the York keeper as well for getting her hands on that, because it wasn't necessarily straight and she did have to move to get that. I know Jazz will be beating herself up a bit about not getting it, but it's one of those things. She gives us a lot around the pitch in other ways, so it all goes in roundabouts, so we're fine. We'll build ourselves up again for next week, and hopefully another great performance.
And ultimately it's obviously an FA Cup game next week away to Ponteland, so that's going to be really exciting. Obviously the FA Cup means so much really to everyone involved, and just being a part of that competition is really prestigious really for us.
Yeah, it is. It's always a privilege to be involved in the FA Cup, and I know there's a special feeling that comes alongside it. Obviously Ponteland have had a great start of the season just coming into the league as well, so we'll definitely be we'll have to be on our guard for coming up against them. A few familiar faces as well that they've got in that squad, so it'll be good to see them too. But yeah, we're looking forward to it, obviously putting the preparation in during the week to get everything right for the weekend.